Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hypergamous Journey. My name is Denise. At this channel, we talk about dating advice for women who are 55 and older. Today, I want to talk about diet, what we eat. And this video is inspired by a documentary by a young African-American woman, and the documentary is entitled The Invisible Vegan. Now, I'm not a vegan. I'm not a vegetarian. At least I don't have those as descriptions, or I don't identify as a vegan or a vegetarian. But what I can do is attest to the benefits of eating less meat in my diet, or eating less meat. I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 years ago, I was going to a naturopathic doctor and a medical doctor. And the naturopathic doctor, he didn't accept insurance. So you had to pay cash, basically pay for his care and his consultations. And I was on a point in my life where I was experiencing, what was I having challenges with? I don't even remember what I was having challenges with. But whatever it was, I felt like I needed the naturopathic point of view. And so he had this little booklet that was really thick, and he would basically go through the booklet and check off what symptoms I had. And he was checking, I think, my blood levels and how my platelets looked. My blood platelets looked, if they were sickle, if they were just, misshaped. And this is like, I don't know, it might be 20 years ago by now. And so I've always been like a health conscious person. Now it's called wellness. I was always concerned about my health and eating right. And I started juicing when I was in my 20s. I bought my first juicer when I was in my 20s. And it was by the company Braun, Braun. And I'm not even sure they're around. And I started juicing when I was 20 and just continued on and off up until this point. Now I do a smoothie every day. And I also read Dick Gregory's book, I have it, Cooking with Mother Nature. And so at that time, I was experiencing difficulty. It could have been, I don't want to share what I was going through, but now it's coming to me what I was going through. And so I started juicing more with this man and using his liquids, things that were made with herbs and things of that nature. I think they are called elixirs. That's what Shira 7 calls her things, elixirs. So for lack of a better word, I would just say I was using his elixirs and wasn't sure if it was helping me or not. And so eventually I stopped going to him and just pulled out all of my old books about natural eating. I didn't have any books on vegetarianism or veganism or anything. I just had Queen Afua's book, Heal Thyself, Dick Gregory, Cooking with Mother Nature, and The Book of Eden by Jeff Kloss, Kloss. I think it's called The Book of Eden or something like that. It's a really thick, it's about this thick paperback. And it talks about herbs and just everything and how we eat. So I decided maybe 10 years ago, my doctor said I was borderline, like cholesterol high, borderline. So I decided that I was going to stop eating so much meat. This was 10 years ago because my cholesterol was borderline getting up there. And then I did research, not a lot, on cholesterol, and basically cholesterol, diabetes, and they say hypertension. Well, diabetes and high cholesterol are definitely based on diet, and maybe even high blood pressure too, but I'm not sure. So I knew that I didn't want to take high blood pressure medicine or be on cholesterol pills or just any of that stuff. And so I decided that I was going to go back to what I had been doing when I was in my 20s. And when I got sick in 2021, August of 2021, I pulled out all of those books again and started reading them. And they all had a couple of things in common. And that is remove dairy from your diet, remove meat from your diet. Really, they said of all types. So we're talking about chicken, fish, seafood. Remove all of that and just eat your food alive. And that made sense to me. So when I got sick and lost 25 pounds, I just continued to just remove meat from my diet and dairy and stick to living food. And so that's how I look at vegetables and fruit. Is it alive? If it's alive, it's healthy. And if it's dead, it's not healthy. It's pretty simple to me. But the biggest issue is the sugar and the sodium that are in the prepackaged things. Sugar, they said, is an addiction or causes addiction. That you want more and more things with sugar. And I've read that it deteriorates your nerves and your bone in the body. So this got me to thinking, if I want to keep off my 25 pounds, I have to eat differently. And women tend to be emotional eaters as well. I didn't have, anorexia or bulimia or, throwing up my food. That was a little gross for me. And no criticism of people who suffer from those real life disorders, eating disorders, bulimia, anorexia. But I couldn't see myself, sticking my finger down my throat to eliminate what I had just digested. But I do overeat. So in my thinking, it's like, well, it's better to overeat on the good things than to overeat on the bad things. So what am I saying? We have to be honest with ourselves about our eating. And I'm the type of person who doesn't buy prepackaged processed food at the grocery store and bring it home. I'm the kind of person that will make a special trip to the grocery store for a pint of ice cream and then eat the whole thing. So I won't buy a gallon of ice cream and bring it home and think I'm going to eat it, a little bit over the next 5 days or 7 days, because I'm not. I have eaten a whole gallon of ice cream in one day. Not all at one sitting, but I just have 2 scoops here. Big helping scoops. I'll have 3 big helping scoops there. And before you know it, by the time I go to bed at 12 or 11 or 10, the whole gallon of ice cream is gone. And then I'm feeling really bad. So I don't do that to myself. I don't sabotage myself by bringing that stuff home. But, when I'm out, I might get a pint of ice cream and eat the whole thing. Now, I won't buy a gallon, but I will buy a pint and eat it. And that's harmless, right? But if you do one a day, I have done that in the past, buy a pint of ice cream a day, wait. You're having more caloric intake than outtake, and then you're going to gain weight. So now I have an app called MyFitnessPal. I think that's what it's called, MyFitnessPal. And I log in my food and how many calories I try to, back in a year or 2 ago, they used to let you scan the barcode on your prepackaged food or your packaged food. Scan a barcode and then the calories and everything will be automatically uploaded. But that was for the free version. So now they've eliminated that on the free version. So I do that. So we have to be honest about our eating. what we eat, when we eat, why we eat. And you all know what to do about that. You know, track your eating. You can write it down yourself. You could put it in an app. You know, you could put in your goal weight, what your current weight is, how many calories you want to consume in a day. All of that to help us manage our weight. And I've done pretty much everything under the sun. I've also joined Overeaters Anonymous. I was in that program for like 18 months back in 2010. And I will do it again if I have to. But right now, I feel like I have a good handle on my weight. I do recommend that program to people who need support and who need support with their eating and get a sponsor. It is completely based off of the same model as Alcoholics Anonymous. So you have at the Overeaters Eating program, you get a sponsor and you do the 12 steps. So it's the same model and process as AA, Alcoholics Anonymous. What else? So yeah, we have to, do self-assessment, self-inventory about our weight, what we eat, as I said before, why we eat, and get a handle on it. And I can say that I feel better 25 pounds lighter than I did 25 pounds heavier. I can wear more clothing that is form-fitting, and I like, that's my style, more form-fitting clothing. So I just feel good, and I encourage you to do the same, to give yourself an honest reality check about how you look and what you would like to change, if anything. And some women are very comfortable with being the weight that they are, even though it might be above what society says is normal or healthy. And I also did, this just came to me, I also did my body, BMI, body mass index kind of thing. And I think, I don't know I'll put in the description the link that I used to determine where my weight should be for my skeletal structure, etc., and my age. And I know that there has been controversy over that, saying that Black women's bone density and skeletal structure is different from white women. It doesn't matter to me, because when I was weighing 25 pounds more and was considered by this particular calculator and BMI index, I was overweight. And they have like obese, overweight, normal, and underweight. And so when I weighed more, I was on the overweight side. And now that I am the weight that I am now, I am 5 pounds overweight. So if I lost another 5 pounds, I would be considered normal for my BMI and my height. So at the 5 pound mark, I feel okay with being 5 pounds over what the BMI says I should be. But a nice little friendly challenge for myself is to see if there's any difference between those 5 pounds of being normal in the 5 pound range and in that being overweight in that 5 pound range. Probably not. But anyway, I just think it would be a little fun challenge for myself. But I'm probably not going to do it because I'm happy where I am. So anyway, take what you want from this. I'm just giving a little friendly advice. And if you are comfortable with where you are and your weight and the way you look in your clothes, far be it for me to tell you anything different. Love yourself no matter what. Because I do. See you in the next video. Bye.